A very good evening all. I'm Aditi Lamba and this is the Wednesday night edition of South Asian News. Welcome to Vision of Asia. Our daily South Asian news this week is surely dedicated to showcasing you many festivities and galas being hosted nationwide when the South Asian diaspora gathers towards the end of the year, reflecting upon opportunities for growth and a celebration of achievements during the year. Remember to connect with us on events at itvgold.com if you or your association is hosting its own version or giving back during the season of Thanksgiving and Christmas giving. Make sure to stay tuned here. We have lots coming up to showcase you the richness of our cultural heritage. Also, last night we saw the nation partake in several state and local elections, which today sees quite an interesting change of events, with Virginia retaken by Democrats who took the control for the state House and state Senate, giving the party a total hold of legislature and the governor's mansion for the first time in nearly 3 decades. A campaign which saw much on gun control and climate change, some progressive ideas. Kentucky's governor race also saw a Democratic win, and the Mississippi gubernatorial election saw a Republican win. New York and New Jersey both also saw decent participation in many of its municipal elections. So congratulations to all, and we hope that this only continues a stronger and better voice for all with an optimistic national footprint. With that, time to now begin tonight's episode of South Asian News. Let's take a look at the headlines. Rimli Roy's Ramaavan, a musical, celebrates Hindu epic Surati for performing arts in New Jersey. FISANA hosts 18th Annual Gala 2019 in Bollywood Night, Woodbridge High School in New Jersey. ITV Gold exclusive featuring first Muslim American mayor Sadaf Jaffer on breaking barriers in Montgomery Township. This and much more right after a short break. Stay with us on Vision of Asia, a voice of the community. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Aditi Lamba and this is Vision of Asia South Asian News segment, the Wednesday night edition. Starting the show, let's continue our feature of the very successful, recently held Ramaavan musical in Jersey City. Gathering members of the diaspora, leaders and many more, the musical showcase's highlight was the show producers' Surati for Performing Arts' original version of Ramayana Hindu epic, excerpts from Ramaavan, the story of Ram and Ravan, inspired by the epic tale of India, Valmiki Ramayana, directed by Rimli Roy, the founder and artistic director of Surati. The Ramayana musical was performed in English, both live music and recorded music, infusing elements of Indian classical dance, song, musical theatre, opera, jazz, Indian dance theatre, and fusion genres from all around the world. Surati for Performing Arts takes pride in presenting their roots in Indian culture, educating and promoting primarily Indian performing arts, themes and stories and festivals, arts and education, as well as fusion works with Aljo culture. Let's take a look at what all the cast members shared with us on ITV Gold.
Changes his shape and form whenever he so desires. Son of the wind god, devotee of Rama. He is the immortal Chiranjeeva, greater than Yama. Omniscience, omnipotence, all rolled into one. He is the lively ape, Bajrang Bali Hanuman.
I just want to say thank you and God bless you. That's all I want to say. I come from a place of low opportunities, and I came to New York, and due to me being best friends with Tavishi, Sita, I found Rimli, and here I am with the big Gala.
Namaste. I am Tapashri Sharma, and I came from India, and I was looking for auditions, and I stumbled upon Ramaavan, and it's just been beautiful to be playing a role such as Sita at very empowering, and just like I feel so blessed. Thank you to Rimli.
After a long search, lady, I found you at long last. Don't look so hopeless, wretched and downcast. Oh, weep no more, Ram will come to your rescue. Oh, how he moans and frets, and how he pines for you.
It's always a pleasure to come and perform here for Surati. It's been a pleasure to compose all the music that I did for Rimli. I mean, couldn't be a bigger pleasure of composing for your sister. And well, I've had to face the music sometimes over this. And I just love the performances of all the actors behind me here. I think they've done a wonderful job. My fellow musician Lautaro, who's missing right now, he had to leave for another performance. So, and of course Christina and everybody. I mean, it's like been an awesome experience. Thank you.
Look at me. Fury clouds vision, impairs judgment. It has happened once in the past. Let us not forget.
I'm sorry for the rash impetuous. I am filled with great shame and remorse, in fact. I wish that I could undo the dreadful wounds I inflicted on her. I never meant to insult Lady Surbanaga, lest such injure her.
I'm so grateful for this show and to Rimli for giving me this opportunity and for this incredible cast. It's really important to be able to have a platform, especially for Indian performers, to share your culture with people and have a place to do that. It's very few and far between, at least in the West. So, yeah, I'm really happy to be a part of this.
If you tuned in last year, you might have seen me as Sita in the production from 2018. Funnily enough, that was actually my first professional production in New York. And I've gone on to do a lot more professional work. I've gone on to come back here to a place that is very much home to me. Because of the community that Rimli has created, I came back and I stage managed for these lovely, lovely humans. And I really do have to say, it is amazing to see where we were last year and how much has changed and how we know that it's just going to continue to grow.
No, no, no!
Oh, Ram, I never meant to play foul with Sita. Forgive me.
It is very gratifying to see what you write, put up well on the stage, doing well. That itself is a reward. Thank you.
Let's now take a look at another segment from a very engaging interview featuring first Muslim American woman mayor, Montgomery Township Mayor Sadaf Jaffer, a scholar, an activist, and elected official. Serving as the first South Asian mayor in the state of New Jersey, Mayor Sadaf Jaffer has focused her administration on good governance, increased transparency, communications, diversity, and inclusivity. Mayor Jaffer has been especially involved in work to combat prejudice and build connections throughout the community. In her first year on Township Committee itself, she founded Montgomery Mosaic, a group allied with the national Not in Our Town movement. We sat down with Mayor Jaffer, reflecting much upon the motivation and courage behind her public service and her incredible works towards minority rights and equal representation for all. Talking to us quite candidly on developing a bilateral image for South Asian Americans and a message for South Asian parents, we have tonight a segment from our interview with Mira Sadaf on breaking barriers and a beautiful message as well for young South Asians. Let's take a look at the interview which was taken at the Montgomery Township municipal offices. Now, when you look at education as a mayor, how much of that plays a role in sort of, putting institutions in and figuring out plans that really include everyone? What's your take on that?
Well, I certainly think education is absolutely essential. It's the only path towards progress. It's the only way that we can really work towards equity in our society, because it can level the playing field, because we all know that we come into this world with various advantages and disadvantages. Not every child has the same privileges or opportunities that others do, but if you have a strong and equal education system, you can help balance those scales. And that's certainly, I think that that's the case. I went to the public schools in Chicago and I had an excellent education. And through that process, I was able to, go to these other excellent institutions. I'm a huge proponent of public education, and especially in the ways that it can provide opportunities to those who might not have economic support and supports of other ways. I definitely feel hopeful anytime I talk to the students in the schools, the high school students. They're so passionate, and I'm working with some of the high school students and other elected officials to try to start a program where we get more connection between high school students and the local government. Because I think that those habits, if you learn them early, then you'll always want to be involved. But if you're not involved when you're younger, you get busy in other parts of your life, and then you might not ever even think about how do you serve your local community.
What do you think are sort of pertinent top issues that you see common in every township? Like, issues that you know for a fact that because you spoke on them and you advocated for them, perhaps you got more votes last year. What's your comment on that?
I think that generally the public wants an open, transparent, and communicative government. So every town or every county is going to have its own specific issues. Whether here, I think oftentimes it's bridges, flooding, property taxes is kind of universal. But if you can speak to saying, your government is here to serve you, how can we help? And I want to be that voice for you, people respond well to that. And in this, particular time in our country's history, I think showing that you care about diversity and that you are open and connected to all different types of communities. You're not just your own community, but any different community, and you go to their events, you support them, you honor them. That goes over very well, because people are a little bit scared, they're a little bit unsure of what's happening. So I think that sort of leadership is important. And thankfully, I so far have not engaged in any sort of negative campaigning. I've always been very positive, and that's my advice to everyone, that most people are sick of negative politics. They don't want to hear you talk about how horrible the other person is. They want to hear, why are you worth voting for? Because if everything becomes negative, then understandably, people shut down. They're like, I don't even want to engage in this. I don't even want to bother voting. Everyone's just attacking each other. We have to try to move past the ugliness and say, okay, we're all here. We all think we're doing what's best for our community. We might disagree, but I'm not going to say that you're a horrible human being. I'm just going to say, this is what I want to do, and this is what I think would be better.
Mira, it's so interesting. A lot of when we interact with the youth from our community, the entire South Asian diaspora, the number one thing that we are seeing now, it's the fact that we want people to be able to have a conversation, and we just want people to understand what the issues are. And the greatest thing I see now with the youth of our generation is the fact that some of them are now going into education, and they want to go to these amazing pristine universities like you did and serve back to the community, because they feel that that's how they're learning how to be role models or how to function, and then actually give back to politics. Do you think that that could be a really great step for the youth that's watching this right now?
Definitely, I think public service can and should be done by everyone. And it all depends on your levels. I know a lot of people are very interested in their professional careers outside of politics and government, and that's wonderful. But you can be a doctor and you can still serve on your local health board, and we
Yes.
have many of those. Or you can be an engineer and you can serve on the planning board. Or you can be, a professor and you could be the mayor. But think about ways that you can incorporate some sort of public service into your life, no matter what your career goal is, and it's just very rewarding. And our society will only progress based on that work that's done by everyone.
Which is, you have this beautiful story in your own house which talks about engaging two different communities, respect to all ethnicities, mixed marriage, and really, making a living and a life which is truly American, which is, an amalgamation of all cultures put together to the best thing. Your story with your husband is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And, you both started from Harvard, and then you both moved here. You have a beautiful daughter. How has that support of the family and having that aspect in your life, which is all about diversity and inclusion, sort of formed you as a person?
Well, I could not do the work that I'm doing without my husband. He has to take on so many responsibilities, extra responsibilities, because of the work that I'm doing. As I said, I'm the mayor and I try to go to as many events as I can, but that means I'm not there a lot of times in the evenings or on the weekends. I have to be gone.
When you look at your daughter who's being raised, with one non-South Asian and one South Asian, and then you also are half Yemeni and half Pakistani, how would you sort of explain the cultural richness she comes from,
Yeah. Well, I think it's a very hard thing to some degree, because I think that we assume that our kids are going to grow up with the things that we grew up with. And we've all seen that tension with our own parents, where they think, well, this is how we do things, and why do you have to do things differently? I think that she is getting the best of a lot of different worlds. She listens, my husband is very skilled and talented Irish music player.
Wow.
So she listens to a lot of Irish music, and then when she's in the car with me, she listens to a lot of Bollywood music. And she, we've put her in ballet, we've put her in Bhangra and hip hop class. So she's playing piano. She gets a little bit of a lot of things. We'll see what strikes her interest and what she decides she wants to do. But I think that all of us come from complex histories, and people have been migrating, moving around, intermarrying in different ways for a very long time. So the entire notion of a pure identity is always, it's not, nobody has a pure X identity.
That's so true.
Identity is always information, just as it was for our parents and for their parents, and every generation will think about themselves differently. So I don't know how she understands it in terms of her identity. She's 5.
Yeah.
So she will sometimes say, I think she thinks about her having black hair. She'll be like, oh, they have black hair too. I'm like, yeah. I have black hair like my mommy. I'm like, yes, you do. Yeah. So she's kind of noticing these differences, these similarities. But we'll see as she grows up, what elements of what culture speak to her and that are important to her.
Watch Mayor Sadaf Jaffer's full interview this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. on Inside Scoop. Time for now a short break. Stay tuned on to Vision of Asia. We'll be right back. And welcome back. This is Vision of Asia, our daily South Asian news segment, the Wednesday night edition. Let's now take a look at the Federation of Indian American Seniors Association of North America, popularly known as FISANA, a non-profit which works with an aim to serve the Indo-American seniors in tri-state region. Focused on the common needs and goals of seniors residing in the region, FISANA proudly represents over 20,000 strong and vibrant Asian Indian senior citizens who provide significant grassroots support. Recently in New Jersey at the Woodbridge High School, FISANA celebrated its 18th annual gala, hosting a great Bollywood showcase night, inviting its member body, community leaders, and several talented artists and performers from the tri-state. The great nonprofit commemorated its years of service for Indian seniors who have had to reconnect and truly empower their culture into an American life, bringing a perspective where the comfort and resources for the senior community was highlighted, and so was their attachment to traditional roots.
વ્યવસાય એન્જિનિયર હોવા ઉપરાંત અપ્રતિમ સાહિત્ય રસિકતા ધરાવતા હોવાના કારણે આપ ગુજરાતી લિટરરી એકેડમી ઓફ નોર્થ અમેરિકાના પ્રમુખ આગેવાન તરીકે અમેરિકામાં ગુજરાતી સાહિત્યની જ્યોત પ્રજ્વલિત રાખવામાં સદાકાળ અગ્રેસર રહ્યા છો.
Tonight is a great job, great event, or Diwali or Happy New Year among all seniors in 15th to 19th different senior associations get together and did a wonderful job. We have a very good group, Sri Ram Chandra and group of from Network Thakkar, and also very nice delicious food from Khushbu restaurant, and everybody enjoy very well. I thank you ITV from the bottom of my heart and Dr. Sudhir Parikh and the group. Thank you.
Asian Indians make up over 20% of Woodbridge Township. Over 20%. Probably over 30% of Edison. I would not be the mayor of Woodbridge Township without the support of the Asian Indian community, of the IBA, of people like Nayan Parikh, of people like Chandrakant and Mahesh and Manhar and Dhiren and all the people who work so hard for you every day. They also work hard for me every day.
And I commend Deepak Shah and his entire team and Dr. Yakub Patel. Also, they had all their chairs, past chairs. This is their 19th year, and I'm looking forward to 20th year in 2020, that whatever the initiative they have started this year, about especially for healthcare and mental health, and to have access to healthcare, we will see, we will evaluate next year. And again, I commend Dr. Sudhir Parikh to promote this event for our community. And also I thank FISANA. Thank you.
We are here with the FISANA. FISANA is a senior citizen group, and I am one of the member of this group. It is a very good, nice function here this evening. We are all enjoying. There are a lot of people, more than about 700,000, 800,000 people are. Thank you very much, and good luck to ITV.
Friends, I'm not going to give any long speech or any speech. Just I wish you Nutan Varsa Abhinandan, Happy New Year and Happy Diwali. Enjoy the program and enjoy the function. Thank you.
I want to congratulate everyone who attended this program, FISANA program, and I want everyone to take a New Year resolution to become a vegan person. Be healthy, be healthy, be healthy, be healthy.
Black Foundations, I founded about 7 years ago in my father's memory. So far, આપણે $10 million નું in kind નું donate કર્યું છે 17 countries માં. અને દર વર્ષે કામિનીની અમે $1 million સાઈડમાં મૂકી અને આપણે અંડર પ્રિવિલેજ છોકરીઓને કામિની હેન્ડલ કરે છે છોકરીઓને ભણાવવાનું અને હું હેન્ડલ કરું છું hospital improvements with AI, AT&T 5G, and intellectual technology, and in particular Central America, India, Lusaka, Zambia, and now we are moving toward to the rest of Central America. So without your support and blessing, we wouldn't accomplish this.
We are so humble and honored today that FISANA has invited us and honor us with this amazing organizations with the plaque, and we are so blessed and honored that Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh, who is really part of it, and we are so blessed that we are part of it now in this foundation. And it's amazing what the FISANA is doing for people. And we have decided that we would like to be participating in FISANA to help with their computer technology lab that we are going to be participating to have a seniors would have a state-of-the-art equipment and technology, so they would have all the future the healthcare technology innovations. We're going to be helping them to take it to the next level.
we believe one senior is one family. So FISANA is a platform to unite all 8,000 Indian family, where we do various events throughout the year, and every year we do one Gala Diwali events where all the seniors come enjoy beautiful music and all food. And we this year we are appreciating 5 key persons who really work hard for the community. They sacrifice their whole life for the community.
We have a gala event here. This is first of our FISANA first program, and we have a lot of entertainment today. People are very happy. We have a musical program from Natwar Thakkar's group. We will be working on next program, and we'll maybe next year. And thank you very much for listening to us. Thank you.
And that wraps up our show for the night. Remember to send us your suggestions and get your voices and organizations on our show, especially if you are giving back and raising awareness for nonprofits. Email us on events@itvgold.com or follow us on Facebook @itvgold. You can also now subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch many of our popular shows for free. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is Vision of Asia, and I am Aditi Lamba. Take care and be well.